Okay, so talking about which way the dog is deciding to turn. The very first way dogs are making this decision is based on where the handler is positioned in relation to the dog. So anywhere your dog is going, I want you to imagine they're kind of split into this way, kind of, and that line is kind of infinite. You're either on the left side of the dog or the right side of the dog. Right now, it's very clear that the handler is on the left side of the dog and the dog is on the right side of the handler. This is pretty easy to grasp, right? And if we move the handler over here, the handler is on the dog's right side and the dog is on the handler's left side. Where this can get to be a little bit trickier to decide is if the handler is here and looking over their left shoulder, you're also still on the dog's left. So the dog will be preparing to turn. And then combined with all of our other physical cues, the dog would know what would happen next. Same thing if we're here looking over our right shoulder on the right side of the dog is going to be prepared to turn to the right. And this is true no matter where the dog is coming from or going next. So if the dog is coming on a slice, you can see I haven't moved the handler. So right now in this position, the dog would be thinking about turning to the left towards the handler. But if the handler moves to here, now the dog is thinking about turning to the right to get towards the handler. So that's the important thing that we need to know. Continuing on and thinking about rear crosses and some of the handling sequences you're going to have come up in class. So specifically to the rear cross, if the handler starts off on the dog's right and the dog starts to take off on the handler's right side, this is when we see dogs start to turn the wrong way. Maybe they jump with their head to the right and then they change their mind over the bar as the handler crosses behind them. Or maybe if they don't see the handler cross behind them in time, the dog will spin in the wrong direction and then go this way. So it is important that in a rear cross, you do cross behind the dog before they take off, so the dog is turning towards you in a rear cross.